Hello and welcome to News Hour, reaching you live from our studio in Lagos. Coming up, federal government targets 31 million metric tons of grains by 2024. Tinubu at COP28 advocating sustainable practices. Nigerian mutual funds gain 581 billion naira in 2023. India explores space collaboration with Boeing, Blue Origin, Voyager. Thank you for joining us on News Hour. I am Alfreda Ambe Bassi. Let's begin with President Tinubu's declaration. In response to President Tinubu's declaration on food security emergency and the escalating food inflation, the federal government, under the Ministry of Agriculture, is charting an ambitious course to produce 31 million metric tons of grains by 2024. Minister of State for Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Dr. Aliyu Abdullahi, revealed this target at the 6th Seed Connect conference and exhibition. This strategic focus includes major crops such as rice, maize, wheat, soybeans, and sorghum, with the government already providing substantial seed support to farmers. Senator Aliyu emphasized immediate priorities like certifying planting materials and securing short-term financial aid through entities like the National Agricultural Development Fund and the Bank of Agriculture. This proactive move aligns with broader efforts to ensure food and nutrition security in Africa, emphasizing the critical role of the seed industry. The government's commitment extends beyond setting targets, with concrete steps in place to empower farmers and fortify the agricultural sector against the current challenges. The Ogun State government is set to sign a memorandum of understanding with the organized private sector, OPS, for construction of the Oloka Deep Seaport, aiming to enhance logistics and spur business activities. Governor Dapo Abiodun's Chief Press Secretary, Mr. Lekon Adeniran, revealed the governor's discussions with OPS CEOs in Abeokuta to explore collaboration for this significant infrastructure project. Governor Abiodun highlighted the port's positive impact on facilitating goods and equipment movement, complementing the nearing completion of the Gateway Agro-Cargo International Airport. Addressing fiscal concerns, the governor affirmed the government's commitment to tax reforms, particularly through the State Inland Revenue Service. Reassuring businesses, he stated, on the harmonization of taxes, we have put in a lot of reforms in our Inland Revenue Service. Be rest assured, be patient with me, slowly and surely we will remove all these multiplicities of taxes. The governor also encouraged businesses to collaborate when seeking land, emphasizing the government's ownership and the Department of Lands and Physical Planning's active resolution of past issues for effective physical planning in the state. And moving on, the Director General of the Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, Mr. Shola Obadimu, has emphasized Nigeria's robust position as a marketplace for goods, services and investment. Following the opening of the Beauty West Africa exhibition in Victoria Island, Lagos, hosting over 200 companies and 5,000 exhibitors, Obadimu expressed pride in Nigeria's capability to successfully host world-class exhibitions nationwide. He encouraged companies to invest in local industries and manufacturing outlets, citing the exhibition as proof of Nigeria's strength as a market with high demand for products and services. The event showcased the nation's ability to host international exhibitions, attracting exhibitors from across the world. The exhibition aimed to foster international partnerships, promote the Made in Nigeria brand, support SMEs, and attract international brands to manufacture locally. A certified mediator and child specialist, Mrs. Juliet Benite, has urged community leaders and vanguards to address and reduce domestic violence in Nigeria by providing proper counseling to parents and guardians. Speaking on Sook News Television's Early Exchange program in Lagos, Mrs. Benite emphasized the crucial role of proper parenting in preventing child abuse, citing the alarming statistic that 200 million Nigerian children are out of school. She stressed the importance of guiding and tutoring children to instill discipline, build capacity, and prevent various forms of abuse, while highlighting other challenges of parenting.
There was this child that was in my house. Of all the children, the quietness and the lack of participation, he doesn't get involved. So I had to sit him aside, separate from everybody, trying to get to know the child. So I called the mom. I said, "There's something abnormal about this child." And he said, "Oh, the teacher in their school, they always call him Olodo because he was a quiet type." Not that he's not intelligent. He doesn't want to respond. He's not responsive, being a quiet one, because children come with what we call the bent. Children come with their own wills, but you need to now shape it right for societal function. And so I told the mom immediately, take that child out of that school now and right now. And that's what she had to do. She had to remove the child from that school. But other ways is to report so that the teacher can be removed, or the teacher has to be retrained. Because sometimes that teacher, and that's why psychology is very important. That teacher could also be suffering from psychosis. She's also an abused woman who now lashes on the children. But somebody has not taken time to examine her. And that's why nothing should be taken by chance. No report. And great countries like Singapore today, all their leaders go through psychometric test. Psychometric test. And so we need to also have psychometric test as a policy for a lot of leaders. I mean, we have political leaders who are abusing people and doing all sorts of things. And so the teacher in the class also has issues.
And now, in a recent discussion on domestic violence, certified mediator and child specialist Mrs. Juliet Benite advocated for the implementation of mental tests for all leaders, public officers, and those aspiring for political offices in the country. Mrs. Benite, speaking as a guest on the Early Exchange program in Lagos, emphasized the need for mental balance in individuals holding positions of responsibility and highlighted the reported cases of teachers maltreating children.
Separation takes a time. When we say separation, it could be 6 months, it could be 1 year. Both parties must be ready to go through counseling and go through psychological evaluation and ensure that they are fit to live together. At that point in time, the child should always stay with a psychologically balanced one. The one who is psychologically balanced. Otherwise, we look for relatives who are balanced, that can take responsibility. And that's where the state comes in. It's not for the state to take the child, because that is not right. The child must still be in the community or family, but the state can support such a family who wants to take responsibility when the two parties are crazy. So, but after we have dealt with you people apart, and we have a sense, no divorce can take place at an immediate junction. For me, divorce must take place maybe after 3 years, 4 years, when all options, and I repeat, all options have been looked at. And even God himself divorced his people at the time. So divorce, he say he hates, but sometimes is permitted for the sanity of the individual and the security of life. Life is bigger than marriage.
President Tinubu has outlined his administration's 2024 plans for the National Safety Net project, expressing a commitment to expanding the initiative to provide increased cash assistance to the vulnerable populations in Nigeria. He revealed this during the presentation of the 2024 Appropriation Bill before the National Assembly. Additionally, efforts will be directed towards transitioning existing beneficiaries to productive activities and employment. The administration has initiated various cash transfer interventions to alleviate economic hardships faced by the vulnerable. President Tinubu also plans to leverage the COP28 summit in the UAE to secure substantial funding commitments for Nigeria's energy transition, emphasizing the importance of international partnerships and investments aligning with national goals for sustainable energy projects and environmental stewardship. Also, President Bola Tinubu is in Dubai to attend the United Nations Climate Change Conference COP28, where he will deliver a national statement at the World Leaders Summit on December 1 and 2. His address will focus on Nigeria's stance on renewable energy, climate financing, and the need for increased support for developing nations. He will also emphasize accountability for businesses and institutions in promoting sustainable practices. The Nigerian delegation will seek to establish new partnerships and attract foreign direct investments to Nigeria. Still ahead, the Security and Exchange Commission, SEC, has reported that the Nigerian mutual funds, recognized as collective investment schemes, has experienced substantial growth, generating an estimated gain of 581 billion naira from January to October 2023. The net asset value of mutual funds saw a remarkable increase of 41.18%, rising from 1.411 trillion naira on December 30th, 2022 to 1.992 trillion naira by October 27th, 2023. All categories of mutual funds, except bond and fixed income funds, exhibited growth during this period. The positive trend was driven by factors such as increased investor confidence, rising yields on Naira-denominated investments, and a surge in dollar-denominated portfolios amid concerns about the Naira's devaluation. The growth outlook for the mutual fund industry remains positive, driven by factors like increased investments from pension fund administrators and institutional clients, and unification of exchange rates, and the growth of segregated portfolios, infrastructure funds, and real estate investment trusts. The industry's potential is deemed bright given Nigeria's large population, the size of the economy, and mobile penetration, calling for a coordinated approach to investor education and the utilization of technology to enhance participation. We go on a short break and return with foreign stories. Stay with us.
My name is Olatunji Shoti Miri. I'm a performing artist and, television radio presenter and a university lecturer, UNILAG. Keep watching Sook News.
Hello everyone, my name is Kenny Black, Africa's finest music comedian, and you're watching Sook News. If you're not watching Sook News, I pity you, but keep watching Sook News.
Hello everyone, my name is Timmy Dakolo and you're watching Sook News. Stay tuned.
Hi, my name is Wisdom Oluwaseun Okoko, co-founder Orbit Africa Properties. I'm live at Sook News. Guys, keep watching Sook News. For everything that concerns business, economy, politics, news, Sook News is your station.
Glad to know you are still there with us. On the foreign scene, South Africa's Naspers has disclosed a robust 112% surge in half-year profits, primarily attributed to the enhanced performance of its e-commerce ventures in China's Tencent. Interim CEO Evan Tu noted this positive trajectory and explained that after years of investment and growth, their businesses are now at scale and exhibiting improved profitability. He anticipates these investments turning profitable in the current financial year, ending March 31, 2024, 6 months earlier than initially projected. The technology investor reported a noteworthy rise in core headline earnings for the 6 months which ended September 30th, 2023. Naspers e-commerce portfolio includes entities like iFood, Delivery Hero, Swiggy, OLX, Skillsoft, Stack Overflow, and PayU. The report highlighted a substantial reduction in the e-commerce trading loss. And away from that, a global technology network, IOTA, has launched a $100 million foundation in Abu Dhabi to hasten the expansion of its distributed ledger technology in the Middle East. The co-founder, the chairman of the organization, Dominic Skinner, highlighted the foundation's goal of facilitating the transformation of real-world assets into digital ones using distributed ledger technology, which shares similarities with blockchain. The company's ecosystem, Distributed Ledger Technology Foundation, approved by regulators of the Abu Dhabi Global Market (ADGM), marks the first blockchain-focused organization in the UAE's financial center. This initiative, funded by digital tokens, adds an additional layer of support to a sector recently impacted by the collapse of major players. Skena emphasized the moment to position technology by focusing on onboarding institutions in the UAE. And moving on, India's space agency is looking to collaborate with Boeing, Blue Origin and Voyager Space Holdings following an official visit by the head of NASA, which highlights the growing cooperation between the US and India in space exploration. The partnerships may also involve Indian commercial entities, as stated by India's Department of Space. This move signifies the potential for joint missions, research projects, technology sharing, and investments that could significantly advance space exploration and foster innovation, benefiting both India and the global scientific community. And in recent economic news, the U.S. economy has shown robust growth, expanding at a revised annualized rate of 5.2% in the third quarter, according to the latest report from the Commerce Department. This marks the fastest pace of expansion since the fourth quarter of 2021, up from the initially reported 4.9%. Notably, increased business investment in warehouses and machinery equipment played a significant role in driving this growth. However, concerns about potential cooling have surfaced as higher borrowing costs impact hiring and spending. Christopher Rupke, chief economist at FWD Bonds in New York, noted there's simply not as much wind in the economy's sails in the final quarter this year. While the upward revision is attributed to increased businesses' investment, there are apprehensions about the sustainability of this momentum. Despite the positive reports, challenges lie ahead, with recent data indicating falling retail sales and slowing job growth. Economists speculate on the possibility of the U.S. Central Bank concluding its rate hiking campaign, with the markets anticipating a rate cut in mid-2024. The GDP report aligns with this sentiment, confirming a trend of lower inflation and suggesting a nuanced economic landscape, with indicators tapering off despite earlier robust figures. We go on a short break and return with more news. Stay with us.
My name is Olatunji Shoti Miri. I'm a performing artist and, television radio presenter and a university lecturer, UNILAG. Keep watching Sook News.
Hello everyone, my name is Kenny Black, Africa's finest music comedian, and you're watching Sook News. If you're not watching Sook News, I pity you, but keep watching Sook News.
Hello everyone, my name is Timmy Dakolo and you're watching Sook News. Stay tuned.
Hi, my name is Wisdom Oluwaseun Okoko, co-founder Orbit Africa Properties. I'm live at Sook News. Guys, keep watching Sook News. For everything that concerns business, economy, politics, news, Sook News is your station.
And it's a wrap on News Hour. I am Alfreda Ambebasi. Thank you for watching.